Men, you need to train your legs. What's going on, my friends? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I want to be going over one of my favorite and a staple in my leg day training, or what I'm calling the ultimate leg day exercise. But before we get into that, I think it's really important to discuss what an actual leg day looks like. Or let's define it rather. You see, a recent study came out, and I'll cite it up here, that showed about 72% of the male population doesn't even train legs. Another 18% of the male population claims they train legs, but in actuality, all they're really training is leg extensions, leg curls, and calf raises. And maybe, if you're lucky, they're gonna sprinkle in some cardio. Now, is that a real leg day? In my personal opinion, no. So if you asked me, and you didn't, but I'm gonna tell you anyway, a leg day should incorporate some of the following. You should have some squatting, some hip hinging like deadlifts, RDLs. You should have your glute bridge, your hip thrust, some unilateral leg training, your lunges, your Bulgarian split squats. You should be training in the frontal and transverse plane or side to side. And of course, you can sprinkle in your leg curls, your hamstrings, your calf raises. Those are important too, but they should not dominate your leg day training. Now, one key takeaway I said there is your frontal and transverse plane. That's what this exercise will cover for you, and it'll really light up that booty. And that exercise is the Cossack squat. Now, this exercise is fantastic because it really trains you in the frontal plane. You see, the frontal plane bisects the body from left to right and incorporates movements from side to side. Your typical leg day hitters, like your squats, your deadlifts, hip thrusts, they don't really do that. And it can limit the amount of volume that you place on the adductors and the abductors. The adductors bring the hip towards the midline of the body, and the abductors move the hip away from the midline of the body. Now, don't get it twisted. You should still be doing your squats, your deadlifts, things like that, and they will hit these muscles, just not as effectively unless you're training in the frontal plane. This exercise adds so much versatility to training. I use it as a prime mover for a long time because I was working on hip mobility, but you don't have to. You can use it as a warm-up. You can use it with load or without. If it's too hard initially, you can start with lateral lunges and work your way up. You see, guys, I got it covered for everybody. Even if you don't train legs often, you can start with a really simple lateral lunge with no weights. And then you can start actually doing a leg day, you see? It's an amazing complementary exercise to warm up for your sumo deadlift or your squat days because of the mobilization it gives you throughout the hips and the ankles. It really helps strengthen up your adductors and abductors, and it really helps with unilateral strength and stability. Again, if it's too challenging at first, go ahead and start with lateral lunges. When they get a little bit easier, you regain some mobility. You could go ahead and switch to lateral lunges with load. And then when that becomes easier, then you switch to Cossack squats so you can hit a deeper depth. You can do Cossack squats with or without load, higher loads, and lower reps. I personally use them for endurance right now to really build up the endurance in my adductors and my abductors, and it's been amazing. It's really helped with my front squats and my deadlifts. So guys, if you took anything from this video, take away this. Men, you need to train your motherfucking legs. I mean all of you. Drink your fucking water. So if you guys took anything from this video, please leave a like on the video, drop a comment down below, let me know what you want to see more of. Some kind of leg day training, a full leg day, I can do that. If you want to see some kind of mobility work, stability work, whatever the case may be, you're dealing with some kind of anterior, posterior pelvic tilt, drop a comment down below, let me know what you want to see more of. Share this with a man who needs to train leg days, especially in the frontal plane. Looking at all of you. I'll see you guys in the next video.